Hey yo guys, what's up and welcome back to Toe Tags Metal Reviews. And today we're giving you guys our final review of the new album from the Agonist titled Orphans. So TV Fish and myself have spent the entire week, as we do, listening to this album non-stop to gain our full opinions. And I'm gonna hand the floor to you, TV Fish. Tell us what you think.
Alright, you know what? This is a pretty damn good album, I have to say. After listening to it for a week, it's one of those albums that you put it on and it just goes, you know? Mm-hmm. You don't stop it for whatever reason, unless you want to listen to something again. It's such an enjoyable experience from front to back. Shuffle works totally fine, like you can do either. Like I don't think, there's any issue with how it flows.
True.
Now there's one song that I found a lot of people in the comments were telling us, oh, I hope it grows on you, hope it grows on you, and that is Blood is My Guide.
Yep.
That song, I know grew on me a lot, because just the riffing in it grew on us. I guess for you too.
Yeah, for sure.
The riffing is really what did it, and I think that's one of the highest points of this album is that the riffs are enjoyable, they're heavy, and they just feel great to listen to, and there's a lot of different stuff. Mm-hmm. It's not like they're just doing kind of a few different things. Like a lot of the songs are vastly different. Like you listen to a song like, The Gift of Silence and The Killing Eye compared to Dust to Dust and Mr. Cold. Like those are radically different in terms of how they're applying the riffs, but all those songs do it really well.
Yeah.
So it's really good that way.
Yeah, Blood is My Guide definitely grew on me too. I mean, I liked it the first time I heard it. It just was one of those tracks that stood out. It was like special.
I feel like it probably got a little bit overshadowed by The Gift of Silence because that song's pretty crazy.
Yeah. But just the feel of that track though, like it's got this, it's like a Swedish death metal versus power metal type of vibe. Like, I picture like Amon Amarth crossed with Unleash the Archers. And she's singing and I hear like Rob Halford in her voice. Like, it's just such a cool song in its execution. And there's that Greek part too. During like one of the, I think it's the second or third verse.
Like maybe the bridge. Either way, that's really cool too.
That's really cool too. It's awesome. Like just adds a dynamic to the song. That's really cool. Get the Silence though.
Yeah. Sick song.
Yeah.
That and The Killing Eye are still like among my top songs, which is what that was like last week. But honestly, like I would put on any song from this album and I would just really enjoy it. Like I would just hit shuffle and be like, yeah, this one's sick.
Yeah.
I will say, A Devil Made Me Do It. I don't know if we commented on this song last week, but I really like the chorus of this song. Like that grew on me a lot. Like it was just felt really good to listen to.
That song's probably got my favorite guitaring on the album. It's pretty like it's nothing too technical. It's just alternate picking for the verses. But at the end of each bar, it has this little scale on the guitars, and then the drummer does a little pattern too to match that scale. And the first time it goes up, and the drummer does a little beat that goes up. And then the second time it goes down the scale, and then the drummer does a little beat that goes down. And it's really cool how they had that little partnership kind of going, this little, in sync stuff going. But again, that song's just badass. I don't know how else to put it. Like just the way it goes and the flow of the song is really, really rad.
Yeah, like honestly, another thing to note, and it's kind of rare when bands do this, where they release a single, but it happens to be like the closer track on their album. Mm-hmm. And they did that here with Burn It All Down. And like in context, that song is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But even then, we enjoyed it when we reacted to the video for it, yes. Yeah. But listening to it in context of the album makes it even better. And like I said, it's really rare for that to happen. I can only recall one other time, and that's Slipknot.
Yeah. Yeah, I can agree with you to an extent, but also disagree on that song because for me, that is the weakest song in the album. It doesn't mean I don't like the song. It doesn't mean I didn't enjoy the song. I still think it is a great song. But when that song came on, it was almost like, I don't really know why I didn't like it. I think the chorus was kind of a little bit raunchy to me, maybe. But it was one of the songs that I was like, okay, get over with it. Let's restart the album with Invertigo back again. So
I mean, if that's your worst song, then yeah, that's pretty good because the rest of this album is like that song is already sick. So if that's your worst, then
yeah. One thing that was consistent throughout my week that I kept being impressed with and finding things that were like really cool and just wow factor is the vocals. We already know that Vicky is extremely talented. And I think it's one of those things where when you're listening to it, you're like, oh yeah, she has good cleans, she has some nice harshes and growls and all this stuff. But it wasn't until I really started focusing on her mid-tone harsh vocals and just really paying attention to like the cadence of her voice, and I'm going like, she is sick. Like just the way she's singing is just badass, and she has these tonal fluctuations that she plays with certain words and things like that at certain times, and I'm like, yes, that's the kind of creativity that I love when I'm listening to music. Just those little tiny little tweaks and extra things that a vocalist or whatever will do to make a song or a part of a song just stand out and pop.
Yeah, it's really subtle, and that goes on top of how much, as you mentioned, dynamic range she has with her voice, all the cleans, all the different harshes that were happening. Yeah. I'm not sure if you look into like those really deep gutturals, because I know you said, oh, that might be like a pitch shifting thing.
I don't. It might be. I don't know. I didn't look into it though.
The only thing about it that kind of seems a little off is just how different it is from everything else. Because I think there's only 2 times where you hear that growl, and it's like she has a general consistent kind of thing with her voice, and then that's just out of nowhere. So it just kind of takes you back. Like, is that still Vicky? Probably is. She's probably that good. I wouldn't put it past her because she's that good.
Yeah, I mean, there's vocalists out there that can do like 7 or 8 octaves, with their voice. Like, so it's not completely unreasonable that she can go that low and also sing as high as she does with her high voice, her cleans and stuff like that. So, but just the range is impressive. It's not even just the range though; it's the style and the range combined.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So, very impressive. Very, very impressive on the vocals. The guitars were also something that impressed me. The drums are very busy on this album.
Oh yeah,
there's lots going on. You never hear the same thing twice. It's definitely solid from beginning to end.
Yeah, like really, really strong album. Honestly, like this is one of those albums that I kind of struggle to find something bad about.
Yeah.
Like how can I talk down about this album? Like there's nothing that really presented a problem to me.
Let's rate it.
Well, with that being said, this gets my toe tag because I can't find a problem with it. Like there are some albums where I feel like it's just a toe tag album because there's no issues. Because, of course, what wouldn't make an album a toe tag album is some pressing issue that says, oh, I don't think it deserves it. But this album is sick from front to back, like enjoyable. Like, yeah, straight up, toe tag.
Yeah, I feel kind of the same way, but I was having an issue when I'm trying to rate this album because I feel like this album ticks all the boxes. But I think I even mentioned to you, we talked about this album a couple times throughout the week, and I was like, I'm having a hard time really like gravitating, or these songs aren't speaking to me. And for a toe tag album, these songs have to like mean something and speak to me and have some sort of special like something in them. And I didn't really find that in a lot of these songs, but I found it in some of the songs. I feel like I found it in enough of the songs. And the fact that, like you just said, there's really nothing bad about this album. There's really no flaws. There's really nothing I can criticize because everything is just good. It's just perfect, right? So yes, it gets my toe tag as well. This is gonna make it on the list, and it's well deserved. These guys knocked it out of the park, and there's dynamics. It has everything. It has everything.
How much talent is coming from every band member in this album is so impressive. Like you can pick any part and just see so much into it. Guitars, vocals, drums, bass, etc.
Everything.
Like everyone has an amazing part.
Yeah, and every song has its own style, its own flavor. You hear elements of, like I said, like melodic death metal, you hear power metal, you hear metalcore, you also hear some deathcore, some new metal. It's got all this stuff, progressive, lots of progressive stuff, and it's mashed into this nice, perfect ball of about 45 minutes.
Yeah, like it's got something for everyone.
Yeah.
Like anyone could pick up this album and enjoy it.
Yeah. So that's it, guys. That's all we have to say about Orphans. So make sure you guys comment below and let us know what you guys think of this album after listening to it for a week or two, because it came out a couple weeks ago. Yeah. Comment below, let us know what you think, and let us know if you guys agree with us, but it's going on the list regardless. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you guys are brand new to the channel. I'm Vile Self.
I'm TV Fish.
And we'll see you guys very soon on the next one. Keep the heads banging.